Well, I didn't mean to transition, but I guess we are. Hello, little stars! What is this about a toaster? I'm so confused. What is this about a toaster? Whoa, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. What the fuck is going on? Hello. Why do you know how to spell? That's a great, they probably learned the song. That's how most people learn it. I watch too much Mary Poppins. Yeah. Heyo, hello, welcome to Color X Malice. We're back, baby. And there's been a change. If you noticed, my model is looking more to the side. And when I look this way, I'm looking at the game. What's happening? Well, I'm happy to announce, chat, your girl's got a double monitor setup now. Your girl's got 2 monitors, meaning I can finally see chat, meaning that none of you can escape from my eyes anymore. So behave yourselves. But yeah, I got a brand new well, it's not brand new. My uncle had a spare monitor he wasn't using and he gave it to me. So I have 2 monitors now. It's very cool. I'm very happy. And I've been playing around with it a bit. I also have tea today. I'm very happy. I have tea. Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that today is Takeru's day because I've been wanting to play through Takeru's route again recently, and this gives me the perfect excuse. Oh, I'm so happy that we get to play this today. The monitor. Yeah, the monitor has a friend now. You say that every time, Emmy, and every time you stay till the end of stream, so I don't know how much I believe you. But okay, sweetheart. Okay, but what is this good news? I want to hear this good news. Tell me the good news. Cometh forth with good news. You have amazing taste. Thank you. Thank you. I love Takeru. He was the first, like, character I saw in the game, and I'm like, I love you. I love you, and only you, and you're amazing. Emmy is evil and will stay up past their bed, as they always seem to do. Let's go! Yes! That was really loud, sorry. Yeah, let's go! Yes, Emmy hanging out with their crush. Hell yeah! Best of luck. Have fun. Stay safe, kids. No. Go to bed. But in any case, we are not, well, we worry about that today because we're gonna be playing some Color X Malice. I'm very excited. Because I can actually like watch my game on one screen and like have OBS on the other, which is really cool, meaning I can check on like specs for it. So if it's crashing, it'll let me know, but I can still see the game fully. It's very nice. I'm very happy about that. Very nice. I moved my mic too, so I apologize if like the mic situation isn't super ideal. I'm trying to refigure it out now that I've moved it. But we shall see. You know what? I'm gonna actually adjust it a little bit. Undo. What the fudge? I'm so confused. Okay, whatever. That works. I guess. Okay. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's awesome of me. That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. All right. Oh, I didn't pull up a walkthrough. Oh, I don't need my tablet anymore because I can just Google it on my second monitor. God, I've dreamed of having a second monitor set, like a 2-monitor setup, and I finally have one, and I'm so happy. I was playing Genshin while writing yesterday. It was great. I had a grand time. Oh, no, don't play the theme song, please. Oh, I'm praying it's like a date for you, too. I'm praying it's a date. I'm wishing you the best of luck. Make it a date. No, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Anyways, we're not here to be worrying about that. Well, yes, we will worry about that. We wish you the best of luck, Emmy. Mwah, kisses, Pookie. But we're playing Color X Malice today. And we are going through my favorite boy, Takeru Sasazuka Takeru. Yay! He's my favorite boy. I absolutely adore him. He was the first... No, Emmy. He was the first character I ever romanced. He made me fall in love with the game. He's a cocky asshole, and I love him. So let's get started. I'm so excited. I am really excited. Yeah. Okay. We are... What are we gonna do? All right. So we've got this. Okay. I'm gonna move this a little closer so you guys... What is... Okay. My mic is being finicky. But Mom... No bets, kiddo. Too bad. Too bad. Not my problem. Not my circus, not my monkey. My goodness. Okay. There. I hope y'all are excited as I am, though, for this. Because I'm very excited. Ever since you finished the Sam route with Seduce Me, I've been... Oh my god. Yes! Another one added to the collection of Seduce Me fans. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Welcome to the team. Alright. Let me wide. Oh, you can totally say that. Whoop. You won't be able to sleep either way. Probably. You can hang out for... Oh, no. You can hang out for a little bit. Alright. Oh, I should get a walkthrough up. Okay. I do that. Give me a second while I pull up a walkthrough. Malice. Takeru. You can tell I also really like Takeru from the fact I call him by his like first name, not like Sasazuka. I call him Takeru because I always call him Takeru. I don't ever call him I don't call him Sasazuka that often anymore. I mostly call him Takeru. I kind of want this lowered. Or maybe I just need... Hold on. Let me... Is that better? Oh, it's a little better. Hold on. Let me go. Okay, that's better. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for some Cholerics Malice? I've got tea. I'm almost done my tea, but I got tea. And I've got hopes. Oh, that's probably... Hold on. Oh, my mic flipped upside down. What is going... Okay, you know what? Oh, my God. Apologies. Ow. Okay, there. Okay. There we go. It's not a me stream without scuff. God damn it. All right. But we here. Are we ready? Join the kayak cult? Oh no! I guess I'm a cult leader. I guess I'm a cult leader. All right, let's do this. All right. Trigger warnings before stream. Please have a quick reminder that if you find anything triggering, click off the stream. Okay, we are going... Oh, we'll go... We won't replay through everything because y'all have already seen common. We all have already seen most of the stuff, so we're gonna skip over it. But if you want to see like the beginning of the route, I did go through it for Okazaki's route, so you can check it out there. But let's go ahead and common. I will read from here a little bit. I'll read a little bit. I don't want to read everything. Actually, can I just... Oh, okay, that's auto. What's... No, that's quick save. What's... No. Okay, skip. Okay. Bruh. I guess we're reading. I guess we're reading. My body was still paralyzed. And worse, I felt it getting harder and harder to breathe. They said it wasn't a lethal dose. But I don't know if that's true. At this rate, if nobody finds me soon. As that thought suddenly crossed my mind, my vision grew dark. And that's the end of the game. Honestly, I'm scared. Somebody. Help me.
お前おいしっかりしろ
Hey, aw, thank you. Y'all are so cute. Gosh, I adore you all. You're too cute. Somebody found me. Perhaps I would be saved. While clinging on to that shred of hope, I looked at the man in front of me. Bro, could you imagine? That'd be funny. I picked good. The thing. Okay. Fun fact: Color X Malice came out with like a 2-part movie recently. Not good. I was excited for it, but then I took a glimpse at the art and I just went, nope. They made Yanagi look like he was in his like early 20s, and I'm like, nah, he an old man. He a grandpa. Ah. You make me buzz. Ah. So cute. All right, I have to keep reading. Stop distracting me, chat. Who are you?
無理に喋るな俺はお前を探していたんだ
Okay. Sorry, I keep fiddling with my mic. Me?
お前の状況は把握してる心細かっただろうがもう大丈夫だ大丈夫だ絶対に助ける
Once I heard those words, my crippling terror began to subside a bit. However, some doubt stubbornly remained. They were looking for me, and they know what's happened to me. How did they know? How did they know I was here? After having that realization, my would-be savior suddenly seemed much more frightening.
俺が怖いか
Well, no shit, I've just been poisoned by a fucking terrorist group. Can you blame me? Can you blame me? Oh no, Emmy! Don't do that. Bad Emmy, bad Emmy. Bad. No bueno. He must have seen a change in my expression. The man looked at me, and then...
これじゃまるであの時と同じだ
He seemed kind of sad as he murmured that, so I couldn't take my eyes off him. Why is he making that face?
でも今度こそ俺は
I couldn't catch the end of his whisper. Huh? This voice. For an instant, something clicked in my mind. I'd seen these sorrowful eyes somewhere. A voice that filled me with deep calm. This should have been our first meeting, but I felt like those qualities were familiar. Who are you? Ooh. Either way, girly, close your give your eyes a break. You don't have to look at the screen. You can just listen along to the stream. If your eyes need a break, give them a break. Eye pain is not something to take eye pain seriously. Just as I opened my mouth to voice that question. Where is he?
Yanagi-senpai!
Happy! Hi, baby! Hi! Not you, Enomoto. This is Sasazuka. Hi, baby!
その女か
Yeah.
ああこの首跡いい間違いないえのもはいここに
Can I skip this now? No, that's wrong. I can in fact not skip this. Why can't I skip this? The man lifting me in his arms took what appeared to be a letter from a man who was wearing an eye patch.
これは俺たち宛てに届いた予告状だ
Okay, and? What does that have to do with me? He unfolded the sheet so that I was able to see it. I don't have a voice changer, so I don't have a voice changer. I wish I did, because then that'd be more fun to read, but whatever. I love their hair, I know, right? I love it.
As part of the X-Day countdown, a woman will be poisoned to death on the 6th of December at 12 a.m. There is only one way to save her. You must enter the unlock code given below into the collar the woman is wearing. Furthermore, if the police are notified, we will immediately kill the woman. Even if you save the woman, you are not to speak of the collar. We will be monitoring your actions through the collar. Should you violate any of these terms, you will be placing her life in jeopardy. Heed this warning well.
X-Day countdown. Why me?
狙われるだけの理由がお前にあるってことじゃねえの。
Snowy but Otome. Kind of.
Hi, Takeru.
Huh?
バカは黙ってろ。時間がない。
笹塚の言う通りだ。事情を聞くのは解読してからでいい。でも罠かもしれない。榎本、二度は言わない。
Thanks, Yanagi.
命がかかってるんだぞ。
Sorry, it said something about an apple. Well, there is an Otome game that is kind of like that fairy tale vibe that you're kind of talking about. It's called Cinderella Phenomenon, and basically a bunch of the characters have curses based on like fairy tale stories, and like in order to break their curse, they have to like kind of follow the premise of the character. It's really cool. Honestly, I don't know if I can trust these people. But at this rate, I don't want to die without even trying. I made up my mind and prepared to speak. If there's a way to stop it, please help me.
ああ、解除コードはここに入力するらしいな。
The man touched somewhere on the collar while supporting my body weight. I thought I was ready, but I was still scared. Not knowing what was about to happen, I squeezed my eyes shut.
少しだけ我慢してくれ。大丈夫だから。
Yes, go to bed, Emmy. Go to bed. I was standing on the border between life and death. I had no idea whether or not to draw another breath. What a strange situation. I want to trust this man. The moment that thought formed in my mind. Ow! I let out a gasp as the collar lanced me. Okay.
まさか解除失敗か。
柳さん、どうなんだ。
When I heard their... Hope your eyes feel better, Emmy. Good night! When I heard their anxious voices, I worried that the darkness would claim me. But soon, I felt something change. Huh? I can't move. When I slowly opened my eyes, the man holding me exhaled a sigh of relief.
どうやら解除は成功したようだな。
Yes, I can feel my body again.
なんだよ、紛らわしい。
Fuck off, sir! Sorry. Sorry, sir. When I felt the pain in my neck, I thought I was done for, but it seemed like I made it. Breathing had finally become easier, so I patted my chest in relief.
顔色もさっきよりマシだよな。柳先輩、やっぱ最初から解毒剤が首輪に仕込まれてたってことですよね。
I wonder if it was a type of poison. Well, I guess it did have paralyzing effects, but couldn't that also be general anesthesia? I don't know. I'm curious about the poison. Don't judge me.
おそらくな。
Oh, shit. Yanagi, was it? Thank you for saving my life. I was still woozy, but I managed to stand up and bow to him.
いや、俺だけの手柄じゃない。この二人もお前を探すために走り回ってたしな。
I turned to look at the other two as Yanagi mentioned them. Thank you.
そんなことはどうでもいい。それより犯人がなんでお前を選んだか、俺はそれが知りたいんだよ。
I don't know what you want from me, camera. I'm sorry. I'd like to give you an answer, but I honestly have no idea.
それで納得できるわけないだろう。お前は殺されかけたんだぞ。
My husband's being rude. Bonk.
殺されるだけの理由があるんだよ。そう考えるのが普通だろ。
What? Why is he being so hostile towards me? I can't just accept that you guys showed up out of the blue either. It's not like I automatically trust you now. I'm grateful that you rescued me, but how exactly did you get that notice about my situation in the first place?
今はこっちの質問にだけ答えろ。お前と犯人の関係性がわからない限り、ホイホイ情報を与えられないからな。
おい、タケル。言いたいことはわかるけど落ち着けって。って、柳先輩、何してるんですか？
そこに銃が落ちてた。犯人のものか、あるいは。
Ah, that's mine.
そうか。この町で銃を持っていること自体は不思議じゃないがな。この銃は警察が使用しているものだな。
Correct. It is. How did you know that?
俺が元警察官だからだ。
Huh? Yanagi let out a little chuckle when he saw my jaw drop.
信じられないなら調べてもらって構わない。俺は警視庁捜査一課にいた柳愛知だ。
Investigations Section 1 at HQ? That would be very easy to verify, so it was unlikely that he was lying.
まあ、銃と一緒に警察手帳も落ちていたからな。これを見れば誰でもお前が警察官だとわかるだろう。
Can I want to skip. I can't skip. Hold on. I don't want to read through all this again. I already read this. Okay, hold on. Common. Okay. There, okay, we're skipping. Okay. I'm not dealing with this. I'm skipping. I'm not. Son of police. Everybody get down! Colt, get down! That's the sound of the police. Whoop whoop. Womp womp. Alright. Walkthrough time. Alright. Don't report, no shit. Lie to him. Already did that. What is it?
お前、なんで迷った？
Excuse me? Huh?
考えさせろって言ってたけど、お前に俺たちを拒否る理由ってあるの？
Plenty of reasons, honey. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong buttons.
柳さんはああ言ってたけど、お前がどんな答えを出すにせよ、お前自身が X デー事件の手がかりなのは変わらない。少なくとも俺は簡単に逃がす気ねえから。
See, that's the sound of police. I hear a siren outside my house. Kina, you summoned them. Apparently, I'm a narc. What's that supposed to mean?
使い道のあるバカなら利用するだけ。なんでわかんねえの？
Sasazuka's eyes narrowed in irritation, and then suddenly, he yanked my muffler hard. Hey!
黙れ。
Sasazuka was growling at me. He stared at me with what looked to me like hatred. A chill ran down my spine, and I froze.
命がかかってるからって誰もがお前に同情すると思うな。
They found me. This is what you guys get for making cult accusations to me. That's what you all get. It was a shocking statement. Yanagi, on the other hand, had said that he didn't want to let me die. The moment of safety I felt had vanished. I realized that even for a moment, I had allowed myself to think that I was in a sympathetic environment. But he's different. I could be killed at any moment. Did he really not care at all?
お前に自覚があろうとなかろうとアドニスがお前に何らかの価値を見出してるのは事実だ。このつながりを無駄にできるかよ。どんな推挙か知らねえけど向こうも真相にたどり着けって言ってんだ。忘れたか。首輪のやつは言ったろ。お前を通して俺らのことも見てるってな。俺は事件を解決するためだけに動いてる。そのためにお前の存在が必要だってんなら絶対に逃がさねえ。
That's... I replied, in a voice cracking with fear. Oh, let me just double check. Okay, yeah. Do you suspect me? Do you suspect me?
それもある。
What else is there? My apparently thoughtless questions seemed to only further Sasazuka's irritation with me, and he glared even harder.
危機感が足りてねえからだよ。
Huh?
柳さんはああいう人だからいちいちお前に配慮してお前の意思を尊重しようとする。ミネオはバカだから周りのことまで頭が回ってね。白石さんは面白がってるだけでどう転ぼうが構わないと思ってる。だから俺がご親切に教えてやってんだよ。お前に突きつけられた現実ってものをな。
He lowered his voice as he finished, and then let me go. Sasazuka.
平和ボケした頭を切り替えろ。お前はもう X レイ事件の渦中にいる。
Well, no shit, Sherlock!
死にたくなかったらな。
This person. Was he worried about me? Or was he just making fun of me again? Although, he's right. Despite the harsh delivery, Sasazuka was giving me the unvarnished truth. Sasazuka exasperatedly looked at me again and sighed in disgust.
いいか。とにかくお前の選択肢に俺たちから逃げるってのは存在しねえ。
Tell it to Okazaki. It was like only objective was for me to like ignore the problem.
黙って捜査に加わるか俺らに見張られ利用されるかの二択だ。
I like option 2.
その上でどっちがマシかを考えろ。わかったな。
Under Sasazuka's ice-cold glare, I finally nodded.
バカ猫。今言ったこと忘れるなよ。
Leaving me with that, Sasazuka went back inside without a second glance. Can I skip now? I still can't skip? What? I don't want to go through this again. I'm spamming. I don't give a shit. Hi.
どういう理由で
I don't care. I'm sorry, chat. I can't skip, but we are gonna... We're skipping. I'm not reading this again. Go away, Okazaki. You already had your time to shine. Go away. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll put up the walkthrough. I'm not gonna be able to see chat, but it's fine. No, actually, hold on. Be great if... There. Okay, that's better. And then I will zoom in. Okay, there we go. That should be enough. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to reread this, everybody. My throat's like kind of hurting today, so I don't want to read this if I don't have to. Nappy nap time. Okay, December 6th, 5 p.m.
あれうわ
Go away!
Ne-
Go away, Okazaki! Go away!
ここ
I don't care. I can't skip it. Go away, Okazaki! You already got your chance! Why must you irritate me more? Go, wake up!
いやだって
To think, I thought this baby was cute.
I-
Go away.
もしかしさうんそれに誰に何か俺に俺はね
I have to be careful because I know there's gonna be some choices coming up. And I don't want to spam click. Common route. Okay. I understand. Okay, here's hoping I do this right. Hi, Psyche. How are you, bud? Been a bit. Whee! Okay, there we
や
go.
っぱ
That's
星
better.
野は話が
Yes, yes, thank you, Psyche. God, why can't I skip? That's annoying. I finished the route. I should be allowed to skip the common route.
He
Oh God, he's drunk. Jesus Christ, I'm babysitting again. And there's Enomoto. Fuck off, Enomoto.
さな
God. Must he get the wrong idea every time I talk to this man?
あれ
Fuck you, bitch.
あ
あ
Oh boy. I'm really shocked that I can't skip. Oh, okay, there we go. I understand. Can I skip yet? Nope. Okay, anyways, moving on. Okay, December 6th, 11:30 p.m. God. Hi, Takeru. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, agreeing to the terms and conditions.
榎本何かそれ事件
God, this would be so much easier if I'm just gonna keep complaining about the fact I can't fucking skip. That's all I'm gonna be doing.
ない
I just wanna get to the route.
いや
We already did this.
白石さんよりは人脈もあるし少しは頼り
And pushing Gardner. Fuck off, grass.
ほけ
Okay. Oh, it's Okazaki. No, fuck off. Ichika, fuck you.
お
Okay,
べ
whatever.
Yeah.
Hi, Okazaki.
Ma-
How are you?
Ma-
Go away.
こけ
I'm sorry. Okay.
Ne-
Okay.
Ne-
Hi.
うんちょっ
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We're almost there.
Hmm?
What?
eh,
We've been doing. God, no. We've been doing
Takeru-
this almost like 20 minutes now.
あと
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
そうじ
Boop-a-doo.
Oku-
I know there's a little prompt coming up.
ね
Okay. I don't remember where the prompt is, which is why I'm being careful.
だから
Okay, there we go. Is being an SP hard? Okay, we'll have to read this because I haven't asked this question to him. I decided to break the ice with a fairly innocent question. Is working for the SP hard?
そうだね。身を挺して警護対象者を守らなくちゃいけないから、体力的にも精神的にも結構大変みたい。
Apparently.
俺はあんまり苦に思わないんだ。守れる環境があるだけで嬉しいから。
Maybe he's stoic when it comes to his job. He did fall asleep on me last time. I'm sorry you have to walk me home, but your work is so tiring. I'll be fine on my own.
これくらいなんともないよ。猫さんと話すのは楽しいし。
I can't escape this man. I couldn't help but chuckle at the wide grin that he flashed me. No, this is no time to be laughing. Yanagi and the others were wary of him, and I knew I shouldn't get too involved. I got caught up in his rhythm. I thought SP agents would feel more cold and unapproachable. But you don't seem that way to me, Okazaki.
それって、俺は君にとって親しみやすいってこと？
Huh? Well, I suppose you can say that.
そっか。猫さんに嫌われてないのは嬉しいな。
Huh? Okay, and then we're skipping. I'm done. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine, but also, Emmy, why are you here? Emmy, go to bed! Okay, and now we're gonna review all the cases. Hi, Akito, how are you? Good to see you, bud. Yes. Okay. I have to do this all again? Are you kidding me? Alright. Okay, fine. We'll do it again. Here we go again! Get ready! Blah, 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 blah. God, I wish I could skip! I'm just gonna complain about this all day. Do I have to reread them all if I... Oh, yes, I do. It's just sad because it doesn't have a marker anymore saying which ones I've read and which ones I haven't. Maybe I could? I don't know. It's fine. Okay. Oh. Okay, 2 more and then I should be good. Whee! God, I think I'm getting a migraine slightly from all my yelling. Okay, there. That should be it. Don't ask me why I'm here. Okay, that's enough for now. Don't ask me why I'm here. Go to bed! Blah, 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 blah. We're almost there. Okay, we're almost there! And dialogue is sped up. It sounds like minions. Bubble! Okay, and we're going to forensics. Forensics on the 6th floor. Okay, I took a deep breath in front of the door to forensics and knocked. Excuse me. Good night. I opened the door and spoke to a man sitting just beyond it. Good afternoon. I'm Kira Hoshino from the SRCBO local office. Is Kotoho Sukaragawa in?
お疲れ様です。ちょっと待っててください。おい、桜川。
Sakura. I feel like, oh, whatever. Sakuragawa. A woman seated at the desk further inside reacted to the call out. She was the woman I'd seen in the photo. This was definitely Sakuragawa. Sakuragawa.
なんだよ。今手が離せな。
Hi. Okay. I'm gonna skip a little bit. Good afternoon. I'm.
知ってる。ついてきな。
I still can't skip. Why can't I skip? That's annoying. Whatever. I'm supposed to be able to skip through things I've already seen, but whatever. She took me to the roof, blah blah blah.
あんたのことは笹塚から聞いてる。柳さんがやってる探偵事務所に X デー事件についての依頼が来たんでしょ。調査協力者を警察に送り込んだから世話してやってほしいって。ほんと迷惑な話だよ。
I'm sorry. Sakuragawa shot a doubtful and disapproving glare at me.
あんたさ、バレたらクビだって分かってんの？
I figured as much, yeah. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay, and then this is where it begins. I want the details of the weapons ban repeal. Even so, I gave it to her straight.
いいか、とにかくお前の選択肢に俺たちから逃げるってのは存在しねえ。黙って捜査に加わるか、俺らに見張られ利用されるかの二択だ。
Sasazuka is right. I don't really have a lot of choices here. But since I'll be involved in this case, I don't want to just exist as something to be used. Sakuragawa sighed heavily as she looked at me, staring blankly at her.
まあ、笹塚との約束もあるし、分かっててやるってんならいいけどね。
Yes. Thank you very much. Let's work together from now on.
あんまりよろしくはしたくないけど、きっちり棒をわきまえてくれるなら、私も協力はするよ。で、それで、
Oh, sorry.
X デー事件のことでしょ。具体的に何が知りたいわけ？
No. Today I just came here to introduce myself. Personally, I'm mainly thinking of focusing on the August case.
8月。ああ、ネットいじめのあれか。何か理由でもあんの？
Fun fact, Sasazuka also has my favorite case from Collar X Malice. Sakuragawa. No, I'm so sorry. It's only the men. It's only the men. I'm so sorry. It's only men. Only the men. And in the sequel to the game, there's 2 extra routes, but they are also men. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to disappoint. Yeah, no, but by the way, Sasazuka has my favorite case route. I really liked his. All right, hi there. The cowards fear lesbians, truly. We be too powerful. That case was the reason that the Swords and Firearms Control Law was repealed. When I decided which incident to pursue, August was the most important to me. Everyone got guns, and Shinjuku was quarantined. As SRCPO, I listened to the public's complaints. I'm certain that Shinjuku needs to be fixed. Of course, I don't think that solving the August case automatically solves all Shinjuku's problems. But I want to help Shinjuku return to normal. Solving the August case would be a big first step towards that goal.
そりゃまた大層なことを考えてるんだね。
That's fine. Yeah. There are others, yeah.
あんたが言った通り、そんなのたかが一つの事件を解決したところでどうにかなる問題じゃない。
Also, could I just laugh? Okay, I laughed at this when I saw it. Y'all with the poll, like for Enomoto and Sasazuka, for a good long while, it was like 45% and 45%. Why did Shiraishi get like only 7% of people's votes? There were 14 votes. Y'all really hate Shiraishi, which is hilarious to me.
それこそ正解まで動かさなきゃ不可能なんじ
I
ゃない
found that funny. That's true, but we know for a fact that the situation won't improve unless we solve the X-Day incidents. Sakuragawa beamed after hearing my words.
なるほどね。
Did I say something odd?
いや、笹塚も似たようなこと言ってたなと思ってさ。
Well, duh, he's my husband. I know very little of this game. I picked at random. Fair enough. Sasazuka thinks that way too? That was a bit unexpected. My impression of Sasazuka was that he was just a difficult person to deal with. Difficult and scary. Or hot. Hot is a word I'd use. hot is a word I'd use. I just picked the funniest. Enomoto is pretty. Did you vote? Who'd you vote for? Enomoto or Sasazuka? Because I like who did you vote for? Because Enomoto is quite funny. I don't know about Sasazuka. I find him funny. I haven't played, so I just looked at Takeru and thought he looked like Till from Aliens. Ooh, good up. Yeah, I guess he kind of does. I guess, yeah, that's actually pretty, yeah, not bad. It's fair enough. We'll probably break in a little bit just so I can go get a snacky. Because I have a need for a snacky. He's probably not a bad person, but it feels like he's always got a dagger at the ready, waiting to cut. In any case, as of this moment, I didn't think I could possibly get along with him. I thought about everything I'd learned up to now, and I looked at the woman before me. If I recall correctly, you're close with Sasazuka, right?
親しいっていうか、なんていうか。まあ、ちょっと毛色の変わった飲み友かな。あいつが帰国子女ってことは知ってる？
What? Is that so?
うん。確か2年くらい前まではアメリカにいたらしいよ。で、まあ、あっちでの生活の方が長い分、感覚が日本人っぽくないんだよね。
I know. Obtained snack. In a little bit, we're gonna get a little farther. Once she told me, I kind of understood. He's aggressive and headstrong and constantly interrupts and cuts people off. A bit of a rebel rouser.
警察なんてお役所の塊みたいなとこだし、あいつにとっちゃ相性最悪な環境でしょ？相当ストレス溜めてたみたいだよ。
It's like when I had too many dogs in my inventory and y'all were just so surprised that I didn't even question the fact I had so many dogs in my inventory. I can only imagine. I couldn't envision someone like Sasazuka doing well in a sensory-based institution.
私があいつと知り合ったのは
Sensory. I don't know what that word said. I know I read it wrong. Don't laugh at me. Don't bully me.
たまたま廊下の隅で放送禁止用語張りのスラングで呪詛吐くように独り言言っててさ。
Huh? I could imagine him using a lot of foul language that he had picked up in America. It was scary how well the image fit.
あんまり異様な光景だったから、つい声かけちゃったんだよね。
But what did you say?
まあ端的に言えば、そんなとこで腐ってるくらいならさっさと帰ってクソして寝ろ的な。
Atta girl. In Japanese or in English?
海外ドラマ好きなもんだから、ちょっとばかり英語には自信あるんだ。
Sasazuka's pretty bad, but apparently so is Sakuragawa. I couldn't imagine her using words like that with someone I just met. Let alone to Sasazuka. Sakuragawa probably saw my face twitch from her response and scoffed at me.
あんたみたいなタイプは、あいつとは馬が合わないんじゃないの？
I beg to differ.
確か笹塚が調べてんのも8月の事件でしょ？あいつと組むわけ？
Probably.
そりゃどっちにとってもご愁傷様って感じだね。
Thank you. Her response worried me greatly. I cast a plaintive look at her. Do you have any advice to help me get along with Sasazuka better?
さあ、私は特に意識したことないし、コツなんて言われてもわかんないけど。でも、あいつが嫌いなものなら知ってるよ。
Yeah, it's probably a lot easier to gather than what he actually likes. What is it?
バカ。
And there's my nickname. What?
特に自分で考える前に何でも人に聞くタイプは好かれないと思うよ。
That pretty much described me to a T. As she watched me go pale, Sakuragawa flashed a playful smile and began to speak.
あいつのはちょっと極端だけどね。少し頭が回るからって相手に同じもの求めすぎっていうかさ。でも根は悪いやつじゃないよ。良くも悪くも正直なだけと思えば可愛いもんじゃない？
Yes, I agree with that. He is adorable. I love him for that. Cute? Sasazuka. He might look cute, but he's not cute on the inside. He isn't cute at all. Not that I ever really referred to someone older than me as cute. Anyway, but
そんな顔すんなって。一緒にいればそのうち慣れるよ。もし機嫌を取りたいならドーナツでも差し入れてやれば？あいつ甘いもの好きだからさ。
donuts? The fact that he has such a cute weakness is kind of unfair. As that thought formed inside my mind, the cell phone inside my chest pocket vibrated. Hi, Mochida. I took out my phone and answered the call as Sakuragawa stood by. Yes, this is Hoshino.
星野、事件だ。被害者が出た。住宅街での犯行らしくてな。現場が混乱してる。特防にも応援要請が入った。すぐに向かうぞ。
Understood. I hung up and saw Sakuragawa's back disappear as she dashed off towards the exit. She had probably been summoned as well. I need to get moving too. After returning the cell phone to my pocket, I immediately started to run. And so we have gotten on my boy's route! Yay! This should actually be a bit of an easier read for me, so hopefully y'all don't get too annoyed with me. This should be a better read for me because I do remember this a bit. But with that, actually, we're gonna take a really quick break. I just want to grab something to munch on. I want to have a little snack and finish up my tea. So I will be right back. Give me a second. All right, we back. Very quick break. I just had a granola bar and finished up my tea, so.
Help!
おい、何があったんだ。まさか X デー事件じゃないだろうな。
I'm sorry, I can't say anything in detail.
ちょっといい加減にしてよ。何も知らないって言ってるでしょ。
失礼しました。これも職務なもので、ご協力感謝いたします。
After arriving at the scene, we were quickly briefed and were overwhelmed by speaking to and caring for residents. Everyone's really irritated here. They're all probably extremely worried. Anything could happen in Shijuku these days. Obviously, everyone here would have immediately assumed this was tied to the X-Day incidents. Actually, I already know that this is almost certainly an X-Day incident, but this time the video hadn't been released to the public. It had been sent to Shijuku Police Department shared email address. Since it wasn't entirely confirmed that it was related to the higher-ups decided that we should implement a gag order on the situation.
すいません。ここ通してほしいんですけど、家がすぐそこなんで。
Oh, yes. I'll get you to your house right now. Though there's a lot to be concerned about, for now, I just need to focus on my duties. I reminded myself of my job here as I guided the young lady to her house. I said this would be an easier read, and I'm fucking failing already. Hi, Mochida. Mochida let out an enormous sigh with a completely ragged look on his face. The mob started to thin out, so we decided to return to the station before everyone else. Great work.
お互い様だろう。苦情対応ならまだ慣れてるとはいえ、聞き込みってのは本当に神経を使うな。
Yes. Not everyone was willing to cooperate. In fact, due to the X-Day incident, people were more suspicious towards the police than ever. It was one thing over the phone, but being confronted face to face by someone who viewed you as the enemy was really difficult. I'll compile the reports when we get back, although there wasn't much useful info.
何が有益かは上が判断することだ。お前がへこむことはないぞ。
He shot a wry smile as he patted my shoulder. I thought that I could really learn a thing or two from Mochida's big-hearted demeanor.
しかし、今回は随分惜しかったらしいな。
Me. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to turn up the volume. What?
さっき小耳に挟んだんだが、予告動画が送られてきてから、異例の速さで現場を特定できたらしい。まあ実際は間に合わなかったわけだが、あと10分20分早ければ食い止められた可能性が高かったそうだ。
I don't know about that. Is that so? That must have been frustrating. The people at Investigations HQ probably wished they'd somehow been able to get there a bit quicker. I want to solve this case as soon as possible, and for that, I've got to try harder. December 7th, 5:30 p.m. I'm getting better at reading dates and time. Once I got back to the station, I began compiling the information we gathered. There were many pieces of vague or unrelated information, but the victim just moved in during the summer, was not seen outside too often. Sometimes when I greeted the victim, they seemed extremely afraid. Their lights were on at all hours. Were they a night owl or something? These 3 reports would probably be deemed as important information. I've gathered the documents, Mochida.
おお、早かったな。それじゃ本部に持っていくか。すまん。お前代わりに行ってきてくれ。
What?
はい。特殊地域防犯対策室、持田でございます。
He already answered the phone. I've never been to Investigations HQ. that it wasn't really the time to protest. Besides, I was curious to see it. There aren't many people here. I wonder if they're all out investigating. I nervously stepped into the investigations HQ, wondering who I should give the documents to. As my gaze wandered to and fro,
ここに何かご用ですか?
my shoulders spasmed in startled response to the voice from behind, and I spun around. I saw a man that looked like the physical embodiment of the word elite. Prissy bitch. No, I'm kidding. He's definitely someone in a high position. I hurriedly straightened myself up. My apologies, sir. Special Regions Crime Prevention Officer Kira Hoshino. Here's the debrief report. Sorry, I stuttered. For some reason, he intensely stared at me with a bit of a surprised look on his face. Yes?
いえ、何でも。
Seiji Minigishi, 32.
私は警視庁捜査一課の峯岸誠二警視です。本事件の管理官を担当しています。
Commissioner. So he wasn't just a higher up, he's the one that oversees all the investigations headquarters. I'd heard his name before.
報告書は私が受け取りましょう。今は担当の者が席を外していますので。
Ah, I see then. As I nervously handed the documents to him, he immediately began looking through them. I knew that the documents are fine, but it was still stressful to have them examined like that.
この報告書はあなたが?
Yes. Is there something wrong with it?
いえ、大変わかりやすくまとまっています。何も問題はありませんよ。ただ、ざっと見る限り、やはり他の捜査員の聞き込み情報と変わらない範囲のものばかりですね。
I couldn't help but feel disappointed at seeing more of the same. I apologize for not being of any help. As I bowed, Minigishi shook his head.
いいえ、一つ一つは些細なことでも積み上がればより確証に近いものとなります。十分ありがとうございました。ご協力くださった他の方々にもお礼を伝えておいてください。
I love mashing buttons. What can I say? I'm sorry. Minigishi bowed his head and complimented me. I felt so unworthy of the praise that I also quickly bowed my head in response. It probably looked hilarious to any onlookers. Minigishi then relaxed and spoke.
特防は区民の声を直接受け止める部署です。直接の捜査には関わらなくても、おそらく私たちとは違った見方ができるでしょう。もし今後も何か気になることがあれば、どんな小さなことでも構いません。私に伝えてください。
Yes, sir. I didn't think I'd ever hear the commissioner speak to a low-ranking officer like me in this way. The report wasn't a complete waste. The image of Mochida's haggard, I don't know. I can't right now. Face telling me that we were doing our duty came to mind. I should tell him as soon as I got back. Just when I thought that.
それではこれで。ああ。柳くんたちにもよろしく伝えておいてください。
Minigishi took a parting glance at me as I froze in response to hearing him drop an unexpected name, and then walked away. Why? I stared at his back for a few seconds, and then collected myself and left Investigations HQ. What does this mean? My heart began racing. Why did Minigishi know that I knew Yanagi and the others? Come to think of it, he looked a bit surprised when I told him my name. And just how much does he know? I unconsciously touched my neck. A cold feeling raced down my spine. I whipped out my cell phone and looked for Yanagi's name in my address book. I should definitely get his take on it. I was just about to press the call button, but before I could... Stop by the agency on the... Hi! Talk about impeccable timing. Seeing Sasazuka's text cooled me down just a little bit. I didn't know how much he knew, but it was probably in regards to today's incident. I understand. I'll head over once I finish work. I replied immediately and took a deep breath. There was still work to be done here. Besides, discussing this over text message wasn't going to be useful. I need to calm down. I took a few minutes and several deep breaths and then returned to my own division. The phone rang off the hook that entire day. Although the case had not been publicly linked to X Day, the incident was causing a panic. Yes, we apologize. We are doing the best we can, so please give us a bit more time. All right, goodbye. I hung up the phone that almost seemed like a claims call and took a deep breath.
星野、お前はそろそろ上がっていいぞ。
But
いいから、どうせこの感じじゃ、明日もこんな調子になるだろう。休めるうちに休んどけ。
Mochida mentioned resting, but he had night duty. Though today I have to go to the agency from here anyway. Although I felt bad about it, I nodded to Mochida and bowed. In that case, I'll take you up on your offer.
ああ、お疲れさん。
In the midst of the never-ending phone calls, I quickly cleaned up around my desk and started getting ready to go home. Just as I exited the front door, I met with Shiraishi, who was just returning.
あれ、今上がり?
Hi. Yes, I was just about to head towards the agency to meet the others.
俺は徹夜仕事の前に腹ごしらえしてきたところだよ。
Ah, thank you for your hard work. Because it was right after the X Day incident, field support must have been going all out. I felt some sympathy towards Shiraishi and bowed as I made to leave when...
どの事件を捜査するかもう決めた?
Can you not get so close, sir? He put his face up to mine and asked softly. I managed to suppress my urge to immediately step backwards and answered. August.
それはまたちょうどよかった。
What?
みんなに伝えておいて。コインが一致したってね。
Then that means... Everyone today was just dropping things like this on me and strolling off before I could respond. I wondered what he thought was perfect. But now it's certain that today's incident is an X-Day incident. I was slightly relieved that I at least had a little bit of useful information that I could share with the others. Oh yeah, I had sudden realization.
もし機嫌を取りたいなら、ドーナツでも差し入れてやれば？あいつ甘いもの好きだからさ。
It's not like... I don't really want to butter him up, but... It's just a tiny gift. If I brought a few of them, I was sure the others would enjoy them too. Yeah, I'll go buy some.
いらっしゃいませ。
The urge to say that every time I'm working at my IRL job, like "irashaimase," I always want to scream it, and I don't know why. It makes me happy. I don't know why. It's silly. There were many different types of donuts in the display case. What should I get?
何をお求めでしょうか？ただいま期間限定の抹茶ドーナツがおすすめとなっております。
That sounds so good. I want donuts now. I should go get donuts after this. Is the car? I'll have to check, but if the car is here, I'm gonna go get donuts after this from Timmy's. For some reason, the phrase limited edition instantly piqued my curiosity. Matcha wouldn't be too sweet, so maybe the others would enjoy them too. But after waffling for a bit, I decided to buy a variety. I'd like 2 matcha donuts, 3 of these ones over here, and 3 of those ones over there. Everyone eats their funny face. If you get donuts, share. I'll make sure to share with chat. Don't you worry. I'll make sure. If I ever like go to convention and like I have a panel or something, I'll make sure to bring snacks that all of you can just like take from. I'll bring like I'll buy like the Halloween candy boxes and I'll have them in a bowl and y'all can just take snacks as you see fit. I haven't had donuts in a I know, right? I wanted Boston cream a few nights ago because I kept on watching. I know what I was doing. I was playing through Yokai Watch 2. And so I just kept, and the whole premise of Yokai Watch 2 is they're fighting over fucking donuts. So I wanted a donut so badly. I wanted like a Boston cream, but I think I might go out and buy some donuts. I might get a 2 dozen, maybe a dozen, 2 dozen. I don't know, something. I'll get like a box of donuts maybe. In addition to the matcha ones, I picked out 2 other types that looked like safe choices, and completed my order.
かしこまりました。少々お待ちくださいませ。
God, I want donuts. Who else wants? I would love donuts right now. If I ever do a panel, you guys can bet your asses that there will be, in fact, snacks that y'all can have, that y'all can eat while you come and visit me. I'll make sure to bring snacks for the whole chat.
ありがとうございました。
This should be good. I hoped that the tense atmosphere at the agency would ease up a bit. With that thought, I headed towards the agency. December 7th, 9:45 p.m.
遅えぞバカ猫。
Oh, fuck off. Get off my dick. I reflexively shuddered in a jerking motion, and Yanagi sighed. I probably...
気にするな。言うほど待っちゃいない。
Thank you very much. Where's Anamoto?
買い出し。しばらく帰ってこねえけど、あいついなくても問題ないから。それよりそれ、さっさとよこせ。
He saw the peace offering and he took the bait. Yes, I win. Fuck you. Sasazuka snapped at me, looking at my hand. He was obviously referring to the donuts. He must really like them. As I thanked Sakuragawa internally, I handed the paper bag over to him. Probably wouldn't be able to do it. Well, it's not gonna be anytime soon. It wouldn't be anytime soon. But if I ever did like a meet and greet or a panel, I'd probably bring snackies for everybody. If I could, if it was in my power, I'd definitely bring snacks. As I thanked Sakuragawa internally, I handed the paper bag over to him.
こういう心がけは評価してやる。
Feeding my pet. As Sasazuka cracked the faintest of smiles, he opened the bag.
まあまあのチョイスだな。
Yes. With that, he took the most simple-looking donut and immediately stuffed his face. His typical demeanor faded, and it was replaced with a childlike, happy-looking Sasazuka. This is why I love this man. I think I'm starting to see what Sakuragawa meant by cute.
Oh.
Sasazuka, who had been cramming donuts into his face, looked in the bag and knit his brows. Then he reached inside and took 2 donuts out of the paper bag.
これ、柳さんと峰夫の担当分。
He shoved the donuts in the paper bag off to Yanagi.
抹茶はもう買ってくんな。あと今後のためにも言っとくけど、和菓子系は全般 NG だ。
悪いな。遠慮のないやつで。
I know. No, that's fine, but...
笹塚は海外生活が長かったんだ。和食は普通に食えるんだが、 甘いものになると抵抗があるらしい。
Which is so bizarre. How do you not like Japanese sweets? They're so good. Matcha, I'm okay with. I can tolerate matcha, but it's like not my first pick when I see something, but I like it. Red bean? Fucking amazing. I love red bean. I devour red bean ice cream like nobody's business. I loved red bean stuff.
前に榎本が知らずに抹茶味の菓子
Though I
を
will
食わ
say
せようと
yuzu
して
sucks. I do not like
方言
yuzu.
会に行ったこともあったな。
As Yanagi looked off into the distance, Sasazuka piped up without a hint of remorse.
スイーツに苦さはいらねえ。あと甘い豆とか
good.
俺の常識外だから。
You don't eat red bean paste either?
豆はチリビーンズで十分だ。
Satisfied that he'd spoken his piece, Sasazuka reached for his second donut. I think I remember seeing something on TV about how non-Asians are extremely repulsed by the concept of sweet beans. Really? But mochi's so... Okay, mochi's so good though. What kind of mochi did you have? Because maybe you just didn't get the good kind of mochi. Because there's some really good mochi out there. I don't think I had mochi when I was down in Japan, but I did have dongo, and that was amazing. I loved it. It was so good. It's so much onigiri. I have an addiction to like buying the onigiri from the convenies. I had an addiction. I bought them every day before we headed to class. My favorite pastime was getting onigiri. I don't know what kind. I had it for a tea. If it was for a tea ceremony, it might have either been matcha or red bean. So maybe you just didn't like those flavor. But they have different types of mochi. They have like sakura during sakura season. They have like mango and different fruit ones and strawberry ones. They have ice cream. The ice cream ones the ones I get here are like dark chocolate mochi, ice cream mochi. It's pretty fucking good. But mochi tends to be quite sweet, so I need something more bitter to counteract it because I don't like sweet things. Call me weird. I don't like sweet things that much. I don't like sweets. I'd rather have fruit. Maybe Sasazuka picked that up overseas. I thought that it would be a good idea to remember this information about him. While Sasazuka was occupied with donuts, Yanagi brewed coffee for me. It is really good. It's so good. Thank you very much.
いや、今夜は冷えるからな。外から来たばかりだと寒いだろう。
He's such a considerate person. The smell of roasted coffee comforted me. I was truly glad that Yanagi was in the office right now.
おい、のんきな顔してんじゃねえぞ。これから事件の話だ。
Ah, yes. We're here to discuss the incident. What do you two know about it?
動画なら見てる。被害者の情報はテレビで知って、あとはまあ少しばかり調べた程度。
Yeah, quote unquote, looked up. Totally. What? The video for this incident wasn't released to the public.
新宿署の共有アドレス宛てのメールは全部こっちに転送されるようになってんだよ。
That is the face of the man I fell in love with. The cocky arrogance in this man. I fucking love it. I love it so much. He's such an ass. I love him for it. He's such an asshole. I see. Even if they were former police officers, what they were doing is clearly a crime. But Yanagi laughed as I proceeded, while I processed the dilemma.
俺たちにとっても必要なことだ。そこのところは見逃してくれ。
The face of the man I fell in love with. This motherfucker wormed his way into my heart and said, I'm staying. Try and make me fucking leave. I dare you. And I just never kicked him out. I adore him. I understand.
簡単に侵入される程度の対策しかしてねえ警察が悪いんだよ。
Jesus Christ.
首輪のことにせよ。あっちには俺と同等以上のテク持ちがいるのは間違いねえんだからな。
確かにな。 だがその件は俺たちが今言っても仕方ない。
分かってる。おいバカ猫、お前なんか情報持ってきたか？
As he glared, I quickly opened my mouth. Shiraishi asked me to send you a message. He said that the coin matched. Then, Yanagi and Sasazuka turned to each other and nodded.
確定だな。
ああ。
As I grew more confused by them speaking with implications and innuendos, I didn't grasp it yet. Sasazuka looked towards me.
お前、今回の動画見た？
No, I was ordered directly to the crime scene, so I only know the basic details.
なら今見とけ。これだ。
Sasazuka opened a video file on the PC and gestured at the display. A bit nervous, I directed my gaze towards the video as it was played.
X デーをお知らせします。
Have a good walk! The crime scene I was involved in today. It must be inside the apartment. It's noon, but it seems there's a blackout curtain because the room's pretty dark. The video showed a man that was sitting on a sofa with his upper torso bound with ropes.
私たちは忘れてはならない。
On his chest, there seemed to be a number that looked like it was displayed by a projector.
これがゼロになったとき、死刑が執行される。
The clock counted down the seconds.
救済方法はこのカウントダウンがゼロになる前にここに警察がたどり着くこと。
No. It was his life that was counting down.
早く助けて、死にたくない、死にたくない、死にたくない。 さっき小耳に挟んだんだが、予告動画が送られてきてから異例の速さで現場を特定できたらしい。まあ実際は間に合わなかったわけだが、あと10分20分早ければ食い止められた可能性が高かったそうだ。
What's done is done. But still, that really stings. That man spent the last moments of his life in absolute fear of his impending death. If we just made it to the scene a bit sooner, this person wouldn't have died. I muttered a meaningless, off-handed comment, and Sasazuka replied with a scoff.
無理だな。向こうは警察が間に合わないギリギリのタイミングを狙った。
You think they'd give you a chance to actually save someone? You're funny. What? Ichika, honey.
被
Your
害者のことは
dumbest
ど
sin.
の程度知ってる？
Let's see. Satoru Tanaka, age 34, unemployed.
確かに今はな。でもその前はあるゲーム会社に勤務してた。被害者は8月の事件の発端になった例のネットゲームの開発者だったんだよ。
I was taken aback by this information. An idea popped into my head. This is something that came up while I was gathering information. After I told Yanagi and the others what I'd written on the report I'd made for Investigations HQ, they nodded.
田中は8月の X デー事件の直後に退社してんだよ。引っ越したのもその頃だ。
自分が開発したゲームが原因なら、自分にも被害が及ぶ可能性を考えずにはいられなかったんだろうな。極端に引きこもり、怯えながら暮らしていたのはそれが理由だろう。
But then that makes it seem like, so then today's culprit and the culprit for the X-Day case back in August are the same person?
違う。
Sasazuka dismissed my line of reasoning.
その可能性はゼロ。でも今日の事件の容疑者はもうほぼ絞られてるはずだ。
ああ、おそらく近日中に捕まるな。
What exactly makes you both so completely sure of that? Sasazuka seemed to be annoyed with my inability to follow their conversation.
とりあえ
I don't
ずそ
blame
れ
him.
はいい。そんなことより。お前どの事件担当するか決めた？
You're gonna not like it. You're not gonna like it. This wasn't something that I could just forget about. I thought to myself, but I decided just to obediently answer this time. August.
無理。
Motherfucker said, "Nuh-uh, bitch. I'm not working with you. I'm not working with a dumb as shit person." God, I love him. What?
迷惑。
Oh, I missed this. What?
他当たれ。以上。
Oh my god. As he stared at me, looking blankly, Sasazuka turned his back to me and went to his desk as if the matter was settled. Jesus Christ. You say that's it, but Sasazuka, I called out to him, but he didn't respond.
Sasazuka.
Yanagi had decided that he'd seen enough, but Sasazuka ignored him completely as well. Oh, I love this. Seemingly resigned, Yanagi sighed and looked at me and let a bitter laugh.
ちょっといいか?
He pointed over at the door, and I left the office as he requested. December 7th incident has been added to materials. Okay, we'll do a little bit more. I'm hoping that we can get through this chapter before 6 o'clock because I'd like an hour off. Because if you don't know, GT Live's playing Secrets of the Mimic today at 7, so I wanna watch that. So I'm probably gonna leave. I wanna go watch that. I don't watch streams often, but if it's GT Live, I'll be there. Yanagi stood in contrast with my attire, as I was wearing a coat and he was wearing a t-shirt. That's not a t-shirt. That is a button-up. Aren't you cold?
頭が冷えてちょうどいいくらいだ。それに、話ならすぐに済む。
I agree with that statement. I'd rather be cold than hot. It's about Sasazuka, right?
ああ。あいつの態度はひどかったな。俺もお前が8月をというより、Sasazukaと組むのはあまり進められない。
Listen, okay, I will say this, and I'm not sorry about it. I have watched a video, I think, of each channel with after Matt Pat's left. So I watched each of the new like theorists join. Like I've seen each of their videos to kind of see and feel out how I like them. Tom's doing great. I like food theory. I like them all. But Ash from GT Live is fucking perfect for GT Live, and I love her. She did such an amazing job. She's doing such an amazing job. So I really like watching her streams. I really like them. Why do you say that?
Sasazuka が8月の事件を追っているのはなぜだかわかるか?
No.
あれが銃刀法解除のきっかけになった事件だからだ。
My heart took a big beat as I heard that.
あいつの目的は銃刀法の復活。それだけだ。逆に言えば、それ以外はどうでもいい。おそらく、お前のこともだ。事件解決の役に立つなら、多少危険でも躊躇なく利用するだろう。
I'd gotten that a general idea. I couldn't tell him that he had already said as much to my face, but I made a vague confirmation. Yanagi looked at me with sympathetic eyes.
あいつは悪いやつじゃない。
Oh, I know.
もともと単独行動が身についていて、誰かと協力しながらことを進めるのが苦手だ。それに、さっきの態度もそうだが、基本的に能力を認めた相手としかまともに会話もしない。
Not to mention that in my case, I'm still a suspicious individual, so this is even more the case, right? Yanagi deliberately chose not to say anything. I think he was being kind. But at that moment, that kindness was actually painful.
とにかくそういうやつだからな。あいつと組むのはやめておいた方がいい。少なくとも俺はそう思う。確たる理由が特にないならやめておけ。その代わりと言ってはなんだが、よければ俺の仕事を手伝ってくれないか。そうすれば俺も助かるし、一石二鳥だろ。
Yo, Yanagi had a crush on Ichika even before we did. Like, you can tell motherfucker likes her and wants to work with her. It's so funny. Yanagi offered me an alternative with a kind smile. It was a generous offer, but that case was the reason that the Swords and Firearms Control Law was repealed. Of course, I don't think that solving the August case automatically solves all of Shinjuku's problems. But I want to help Shinjuku return to normal. Solving the August case would be a big first step towards that goal. I also have a particular reason. If Sasazuka is working towards the same goal as I am, then I really can't give up. Yanagi, I'll go talk to Sasazuka once more. I also want to reinstate the weapons ban. I gaze out. Oh, I think that's supposed to be descriptive. I gaze out upon the Shinjuku cityscape from. Yeah, it's supposed to be here. Oopsies. I gaze out from the Shinjuku cityscape from the rooftop, and I confidently declare my intentions. I want to return Shinjuku to the way it used to be. I think that's. Yep. After I pointed my gaze downward once more, Yanagi sighed deeply and was looking like he had given up.
お前がそこまで言うならもういい。健闘を祈っておく。
Thank you. I was grateful for two reasons.
Yanagi laughed bitterly. I thought I probably got through to him. I was pretty sure that Yanagi didn't actually need my help.
さて、戻るか。さすがに俺も寒くなってきた。ちょっと用があるからコートを引っ掛けたらすぐに出る。その間にゆっくり話してこい。
Okay. After I walked a few steps, I suddenly remembered something. Excuse me, Yanagi. I just remembered something right now. Commissioner Minagishi from Investigations HQ told me to be sure to give my regards to Yanagi and the others. Yanagi immediately made a sour look.
峯岸さんか。
I went to take the report to him. Once I told him my name, he seemed to look at me a bit surprised. Perhaps he knows about me.
いや、首輪のことならおそらく大丈夫だ。
But
峯岸さんが俺たちのつながりを知っているなら、それはおそらく岡崎が流した情報だろう。
what? I was surprised to hear him casually drop a new name while he chuckled slightly.
あいつは SP として名目上俺たちの警護に当たっていることになっているが、それはあくまで表向きの理由だ。実際のところは監視というのが妥当な線だろうな。
You know that, and you don't say anything?
言ったところで仕方ない。あいつも上からの命令で動いてるんだ。どうしようもないだろう。
Yanagi really is kind. I was sure it didn't feel good to be watched, but he wanted to be sure that I knew that Okazaki was not the one at fault. I rudely thought that Yanagi must be the type whose kindness got taken advantage of. Minagishi told me to that if something happens to tell him anything, even if it's just something minor. I thought it was strange that someone in the commissioner's position would say something like that to me. Yanagi went deep in thought for a bit.
逆に言えば、そのつながりはうまく使えるかもしれないな。
What?
笹塚じゃないが、俺も使えるものなら利用したいとは思ってる。管理官ともなれば、持っている情報の有益性は 桁外れだしな。
That's obviously true, but honestly, I was kind of afraid of him. Not because of his possession, but it was like when I talked to Shiraishi. With that all-seeing gaze of his, and that expression that didn't show much.
心配するな。
Yanagi comforted me and patted my shoulders.
何もすぐにどうこうする必要はない。むしろ今はなるべく近づくな。
Yes, sir. But is that really okay?
首輪のことがあるだろう。
Uh,
本当に必要に迫られたら、その時はお前に頼むこともあるかもしれない。だが、その時は俺たちが判断する。お前は何よりも自分のことを考えろ。命が。
oh, sorry.
I understand. As I nodded, Yanagi gave me a relieved looking smile and reassumed walking.
We have a little bit to go, and it's like 5:48. Okay, we're almost at a good stopping point. After Yanagi came back, he put his jacket and coat on and headed outside just like he said he would. Sasazuka stared at his PC without even glancing in my direction. Sasazuka. He didn't respond to me. I was positive he could hear me, though. I'm still determined that I want to pursue the August case with you. Yanagi told me about you. You're trying to reinstate the weapons band. I'm trying to achieve the same goal. I want to return Sudoku to its normal state. So please, let me be your partner. Please. Even though I knew it was a meaningless gesture, especially since it was being made to someone who faced away from me, I bowed deeply. I feel like an idiot. I don't understand this myself. He would never feel empathy towards me. He was someone who only thought of using me. So then, why was I trying so hard to stay attached to Sasazuka? I wonder if it's just impossible with him. I slowly raised my head. I felt pathetic seeing his back, but I wasn't planning on giving up. Well then, I guess I'll just go home today. See you tomorrow.
お前に何ができんの？
Sasazuka finally turned around.
もし俺と操作するとして、お前に何ができんの？何の役に立てんの？
Valid argument, honestly. Those rapid-fire questions left me stunned, and Sasazuka seized upon my lack of aggressiveness and clicked his tongue.
役立たずをそばに置くことに俺はメリットを感じねえし、誰かの手が必要だとも思ってねえ。ま、お前がひたすら俺の命令に従う。ただの駒になるってんなら話は別だ。
Watch yourself, sir. Pawn! That suggestion obviously annoyed me. I'm asking to work with you as your partner, not your pawn.
あ、そう。だったら言えよ。自分が何の役に立つのか。
That's...
お前さ、もしかしてマゾン？
some people might argue I am. Huh?
どうせ柳さんのことだから、俺より自分を手伝えとか言ったんだろう。あの人は優しいからな。その話を蹴ってまでわざわざ俺に頭下げに来るとか意味わかんねえ。罵られるのが好きなら言えよ。泣くまでいじめてやるから。
It's not like that. What an unbelievable misunderstanding. As I shook my head violently in disbelief, Sasazuka sighed.
だったら何なんだよ。
I want to reinstate the swords and firearms control.
それはもう聞いた。あ、くそ。めんどくせえな。
I enjoy this. This is funny.
なら、とりあえず特技は バカでも一つくらいはあ
I'm
るだ
not
ろ
sure.
言ってみろ
A strong point? I thought of several that I had, but what was the best way to respond? I know the answer to this. God damn it, Ichika. What's the best way to respond to this? I thought about it and answered carefully. Ugh, why did you say cooking and not shooting? Oh my god. The answer to this is cooking. Why? I'm gonna get chewed out. Oh, I feel secondhand embarrassment for Ichika. I can't. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment. Let's get through this. Let's get through this. Let's get through this. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. If I had to pick a skill, and it's like cooking.
Huh?
Don't ask me to talk at it. Don't look at me. Oh my god, it sounds like his jaw dropped for a second. Girly! He asked you what you're good for and you said fucking cooking. Oh! I don't even want to read this. My parents taught. Yeah, okay, that's nice. No one gives. I don't want to look at his face. Parents taught. Oh god. Taught me, and I've been cooking for myself since I moved to Juku. I got. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Y'all can read this yourself. I'm not reading.
お前バカなの
Yes, Ichika's a fucking idiot. We move on to this. I feel embarrassed right now for Ichika. I have secondhand embarrassment right now. Oh my god. Ah, my god. Ichika, why? Ichika. Oh my god. Okay. He asked this with a straight face. Yes, I'm very serious.
どこがだよそれの何が捜査の役に立つって
I glanced at Sasazuka's desk. Empty cup noodle containers and convenience store bento boxes were strewn about. I could bring you food. Actually, this diet is probably bad for you.
いらねえしそういうの求めてね
I feel embarrassed for Ichika. Oh my god. That was brutal. I knew he'd say that. I knew that's how this would end. You're the one who did this to yourself, girly. You said fucking cooking. The fuck you mean cooking? He mocked me as I anticipated. I wonder why. But perhaps because I said something unexpected, it felt like Sasazuka's rough edges had dulled.
真面目に答えろよこのバカ猫それ以外ねえならマジ問答無用で放り出す
Honestly, I wouldn't blame you if you did that now. I got excellent scores in my marksmanship. As I let that fact slip out in a panic, for some reason, Sasazuka eyed me intently.
撃ったことあんの人
No, not yet, but
間だったら
I'm prepared to. I asserted myself desperately in an attempt to silence any attempts at mockery. I've never used a gun in the line of duty. I'm also not entirely certain that I could until I'm actually in that situation. But if that time comes, I train daily, so I won't regret anything. If my skills are poor, I might kill someone. A gun is a deadly weapon. It's not something everyone should have. I dislike the way the people in Shinjuku now, who, without any training, are all armed with guns. Sasazuka remained silent. I didn't say anything further. I vaguely realized that if I gave into the pressure here, it'd all be over. I wondered how much time had passed since we just sat there glaring. Sasazuka eventually broke the silence.
多少銃が使える程度じゃ俺の役には立たねえよどう見積もっても せいぜい桜川から情報を引き出してくる駒程度だ。
What?
諦めて柳さんあたりにくっついてろ。峰夫のバカでもいい。とにかく俺以外。以上。
No. Hold it right there. I'd had enough of your that's all. I'm not going to give up. If you won't listen today, then I'll come back tomorrow.
はあ？普通に迷惑。
That's your problem. I'll keep returning and I'll keep asking.
迷惑だっつってんだろ。
And I told you that I'm definitely not giving up. Now, it was just a battle of wills.
しつこいんだよ。
I'll take more than that. It'll take more than that to make me yield. There were some things that I couldn't bend. I was literally putting my life on the line. Sasazuka looked clearly irritated, seeing all the determination flowing through my body. Or so I thought. He suddenly flashed a grin.
わかった。ならテストしてやるよ。合格したら少しは認めてやってもいい。
Huh?
さっき柳さんと俺が今日の事件の犯人をじきに捕まるって言ったのを覚えてるか？
Yes.
まずはそれがなぜかを考えろ。そしてそれを踏まえた上で X レイ事件全体についてある特徴を見つけろ。
Common thread.
ヒントはやらねえ。この程度のことにも自分で気づけない脳なしに用ねえから。分かったらもう帰れ。邪魔。
With that, Sasazuka turned his back to me, back on me for good, and I started to think for a bit. He probably thinks that he figured out the perfect gimmick to chase me away. But conservatively, this was my conversely, this was my chance. Sorry, my English is garbage.
さっきの態度もそうだが、基本的に能力を認めた相手としかまともに会話もしない。
If he didn't, then it'd just be a gopher. I don't want that. I understand. That's all that I needed to say then. As I stared at his silent back for a bit, I left the agency for the night. Okay. I think this is a good stopping point. December 7th.
猫さん。
All right, this is a good stopping point. All right, let's switch over. That was fun. Oh, that's gonna be loud. All right, well then, that is all I have for today. Thank you all so much for joining me as I make a save file really quickly. That's the beginning of Sasazuka Takeru's route. I'm very excited to see where this is gonna take. Well, actually, I already know where this is going, so it's the only route I've really read. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. It was an honor hosting you, and yeah, that was fun. I have videos I have to record. I don't want to record. I'll figure it out. Anyways, that is all I have for you tonight, little stars. So I shall see you all another night. Until then, keep shining.